This is probably the worst topic to talk about right now. I just want to spout exactly what I feel about politics here in America. I know it is not taboo, but it's really hard to get people's political opinion without having it be like a huge fight. I felt that this is important to talk about. The first things I'm going to talk about are the importance of voting, and then the other two things I'm going to talk about are the two top candidates for the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. Now, the importance of voting, I cannot stress enough that it is important to vote. I want to give an example for this. I understand it's incredibly difficult to see what possibly you could do when you feel like your vote against millions of other people's votes in America, it feels like your one vote couldn't matter. The example in this early sets of primary votes, Bernie Sanders lost by one vote for the Democratic vote for, I forgot what state. One vote could have made a whole huge difference, and it got chosen by a coin toss. It wasn't just a coin toss, it was a set of coin tosses, but Hillary won more of the coin tosses. One vote could have made an entire difference, but someone, possibly many people, decided not to vote. It's important to vote, and there are some people that say that they can't vote because they cannot make the day of voting for their primaries or anything that you can vote for in America if you're 18 and above. There are ways you can still vote. There's you can get an ahead ballot that you can send in when you can't vote. I'll have the Vlogbrothers video right here. It's a brilliant video of why there's reasons that people don't vote and why that's a bad reason. Just click over there and watch it if you're on a tablet or phone, and the link will be in the description. Now let's talk about our two top candidates, which would be Trump and Hillary for the moment. Anyway, there's only been a couple primaries votes anyway. Let's talk about Hillary. Now, Hillary has some good plans. I've actually gone to her website, and she seems like a very viable candidate. And of course, she's actually has politics under her belt. She's done all of those things. She's been a Secretary of State. She's a First Lady to Bill Clinton. She's been First Lady of Arkansas when he was a senator there. She's actually been a senator of a state. She's been a part of politics for a very long time, and you figure that since she knows exactly how politics go, and in the White House and outside of the White House. She seems like a very viable candidate. But again, there's some things that doesn't fit for her. Some people feel like they can't trust her, or because she makes all these empty promises, which many candidates have done that. They made empty promises all the time. Sometimes you just can't do it because of the Congress that you have at the time. But, she's definitely a possibility. That being said, since she's a possibility, there's also a possibility that many people won't vote for her because they find somebody else that's a third party, or possibly it's not going to be her who's the Democratic representative. Either way, it's easy to see that some people cannot trust her. I would feel like I trust her way more than a Republican, which would be Trump, but we'll talk about in a second. It's hard to really factor in if I would want to vote for her. I've followed the Democratic debates. I've followed a couple of her rallies that have been posted online. It's very hard to tell this early in the race. Now, let's talk about Trump. I know the first thing people will say is that he's a racist, he's a bigot, there's no reason for him to be in office, he's never been a politician, and for those fair reasons, I can agree. He's definitely not well-minded to be in office. Example, people said that he could probably whip this country into shape because he has the mindset of a businessman. He has a business degree, and to that I tell you that his companies, or the corporations, have filed for bankruptcy several times, at least 4 times, and they file under bankruptcy under the corporation's name, meaning that they kind of do it how a person would do it. A person who's filed for bankruptcy would go to court, negotiate it, have those fees reduced, and then paid back over time, and then the rest is just in the wind. But it's a corporation doing it, meaning there's billions, millions of dollars in debt that they get reduced and then they pay off. There's actually more information that I can send you to for Ground Zero Online, MK Loves Donald Trump. His video on this is perfect, and he spouts it just exactly as you want to say, and he's also really funny, putting a little bit of his comedy in it. I would definitely suggest checking it out. Either way, for me, he seems like the worst person for me to want to vote for, because he doesn't spout the rhetoric that I agree with. His policies are what I would agree with, things that I wouldn't see feasible in a place of being a president. I know politics are hard to talk about, but it's better if you keep talking about it to have people know your opinion but not say that their opinion is wrong. I know that it's hard to do that, especially on the internet where everyone has one way or another of speaking about something, but it's important to talk about and get your friends to vote. So if you're 18 and above, please vote, because it is important. You don't know how much one vote can mean in this country, because you'll never know how far someone's candidacy can go. And with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.